that he allegedly kept loaded. Now we're dealing with the dogs. Basically, he shot the dogs. Now with white folks, that's it. When you say, and the way he said it, yes, I shot your dogs. That's what he said, finish it. You can't, okay. So he tells them, the place is separated in 3 or 4 parts. You come in, and I have my loaded gun and a desk. You know what I mean? And the lawyer's going to go to town with that. So when I looked around and I walked into the other room, and there was the dogs. He said, what did you do? Did you shut the door? He said, no, I walked in the room with the dogs, or I ran in the room with the dogs, and then I turned around and started shooting them. So you have 2 cents. One is if there's some dogs or monsters right outside the door, I'm pulling that door up. Pull it over. That's all. Problem solved. Jump out the window. Anything. He didn't do that. He turned around and shot him. And then there was a wire security gate. You know, it has a mesh on it and what have you. They found 2 bullets, 2 casings outside. So he went through the room, and then he went outside that door in the back. Then he turned around again and shot in there 2 more times to make sure they was dead. And this is what the police said. The police said, yeah, the bullets, the way it was perforated, they were from the outside going in. So he shot, well, it looks like it, I don't know. So anyway, but we will handle all things with care, because the people are low down and dirty. And they got to get themselves out of this, the case with the, which they can't, but they're going to try, with the bank. If you open an account, see, you know what's stupid about it? A couple of years earlier, when I was at the original bank, guy throws a piece of paper, Jorge is named George, he throws a piece of paper by, well, he said, you know, the lady want to talk to you, the African-American woman. And so I go, he says, those people came in here yesterday talking loud and crazy. This is the Bank of America where I go all the time. I said, well, do I have to clear anything up? She says, no, they can't do anything. So I have them as witnesses. I have Jorge and I have her. That 2 years before, they came and tried to get slick at the original bank. And they hollered and cussed out everybody in the bank so everybody would remember them. Just like at this bank in Berkeley, they opened up another account with Mujahid's name on it, and under Masjid al-Islam, then they took $34,000 out of our account and put it in their account. And then they run around, they show where they spent $6,000 here, $6,000 there. So I filed with the government, the one, they closed down that account or froze it. And then they went to put the money back in to my account to bring it back up to par. They stopped in the middle because they called me and said, do you want us, this man is in this bank and the Berkeley police is here, do you want us to put him in jail? I said, y'all do what you want. So they supposedly took him to jail for illegally setting up an account. But the day after that, they let him out of jail and let him get on the account. It's stupid. It's stupid. So whatever they was doing, they done made my case. They can't do those things. Okay, anyway. that's enough for the, okay. Now, he also came in here and told you he thinks D broke in through the back window. A 1 foot by 1 foot window. Impossible. Totally impossible, not reasonable. And that's just further proof of that, because he never mentioned this to the police. He's making it up now to try to make him look as bad as possible, talking about me. He did. I was embarrassed for him. Because you know those window panes that are about a square foot. I'm not the littlest guy in town, but he's saying one of them was intact and the other one was broken. And so he got up to get in that 1 foot window. Must have. I said, so she says, I rest my case on that. In other words, we got the winning stuff on all of this. When you have a witness this unreliable, no documentary evidence, no deed, no minutes, orders, no official documentation giving him authority to exclude Mr. Reams, the duty to investigate become even more important. But we know the officer did not do this. He did not inspect the lockbox. He never asked Mr. Reams whether he knew the combo or whether Mr. Reams had his own key. In other words, the officers never asked me nothing. I don't know if I read. Did I read from this one? It says the same thing. It says, this is older, please. It says that, it says what they told them, and I've already told you, so I won't repeat it. But here's what the lady's closing out. Mr. Reams had his own key, or whether he had his own key. The officer you heard from did not even write a report. He should have, because of the use of force, but he violated his own department policy. It's beautiful. If you just go around and turn over something, you say, oh my goodness, look at that. He didn't follow up on the internal affairs complaint. He didn't take his witness statement. He had done anything, any of these things, you might have the information you need to know beyond a reasonable doubt. What happened between these two men? But that didn't happen. As a result, you're left with a question. You must choose the one that points to innocence. It's talking about the two cases. If you got a part that says it's good and the other part is bad, you got to take the one that's good, because they got to prove, remember, they got to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. I don't technically have to prove nothing. And we're not here to decide if it's okay or not. It's uncomfortable and disrespectful. You talk about me. Not on trial for that. I'm not on trial for that because of the way I talk to her and I talk to the jury. So she's saying I might be a little difficult at times, but you're not on trial for that. And I could see the jury thinking, hell, with all this stupid stuff going on, you would be to blew your top. But the evidence isn't there. The evidence only proves that this is a civil dispute. This proves that this is a property battle that goes back to 2014 and that you have been brought in here to litigate because Mr. Mujahid got the police involved, told them he was the owner. But the civil courts wouldn't hear it, and neither should you. In other words, all the stuff he filed, they threw it out. The lawyer asked him, what was the result of all of that? Said they threw it out. Tell the people, the jury, what they did. They threw it out. They said, don't bring that stuff in here anymore. So when when the civil stuff stopped working, or the stay-away orders and all that, he just brought the police in. But the police was always there because the police is the one telling them what to do. You can see that this is organized by the government against the citizen. The first case we won hands down. We'll win all of them the same way. When we go after our money, we don't believe we can lose. When we go after our property, we don't believe we can lose. When we charge the authorities with bias and criminality, we don't believe we can lose. And what if we lost all of them? We would have 6 books to write and point to these people, right? After we write the books, we go after them again. You know where a lawyer can find a way to go after this and go after that? Oh, you missed on this one, don't worry, we'll drop another something on it. Yeah, like they do brothers. Dear believers, this grand jury has been very good. We've tried to show you the insanity of the system. But we've also showed you that a nigger with a little sense can run circle around all the white folks all on the same team with all the niggas on the same team. This stuff that's happened here has never happened before. There's no case, it's not the Panther 21, there's nobody ever engineered any case like this in the United States. Nobody. Designed fitna, 2011. Think about it in 2012, executed in 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Ring, 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 ring. It hasn't happened before. It don't make no difference what anybody believes or like. There has never been a high profile. Now you got to remember now, no matter how many people on that this website, it's beyond them. See, they wanted to keep this thing closed in. But we've held it so long, if only 5 people at Dar al-Hijra, only 3 or 4 over there, only a few, it gets outside of their perimeter. I don't want to mention the groups, the organization in prisons now in California, all know about this. Everybody knows it. Because it broke out of, they thought they was going to run a quick game. They're going to come in, they're going to do all the stuff. Either I'm going to get scared and start running, either I'm going to get paranoid, either something. None of it happened. Because we engineered this, because once you know your enemy, you can engineer. People don't think like that. You can engineer these people. I want everybody to understand that. I want everybody to get it clear in your mind. You can engineer the United States government. You can engineer Homeland Security. You can engineer the CIA. You can engineer the police department. And if you can do it without getting killed, it's magic. Now it's too late. They can't do nothing. They cannot do anything about it. Why? It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Everybody knows every scrap that we have presented has been material. That you can go to the record, all this comes from the record. There's nothing we had an idea and we thought we would do it. That's what they do. The other thing is, they have never said one word of truth about anything. On all the writings, Imam Musa is a transgression, was a thug. Everything he did to me, he wrote it that I did it to him. The people are not liars, that's something else. They're dimwits. There's something that's wrong with them. Here I am out in front of the property. I'm in the back of the police car. See that? What am I doing there in the back of the police car? And I got a bag full of information saying, this school is our property, the Masjid is our property, the stuff across the street. Why am I here in the back of the car? And I tell the brother, go down and get my briefcase. And I unfold all of that stuff. Everything you can imagine, I got it. All the stuff from the state of California. All this California seal. You know, with the seal, it's got a seal. It's got a seal on it. This is all Masjid Islam Incorporated. That's what all this stuff is. You see? What do they have? Absolutely nothing. They have
their word.
It's not even their word, because the word they be lying so bad they forget.
You're right.
The lady is there, I didn't read it all. Did you, when you signed this, one of these papers, did you sign it as CEO? Yes. Well, didn't you know that if you can't be the secretary and the CEO at the same time? Oh, that was just temporary. You knew it was temporary. Yeah, and the man, look, the man is crazy. And he says, everything that he says backfires 2,000%. So, I want y'all to answer this question. Why is Imam Musa bleeding like this? Why? Why is a 73-year-old man at that time, now 74, looking like that? This is meat lumped up on top of my head. Can you see that right up there? All this is roped. This stuff done coagulated and is roped upside my head there. It's pretty bad, but it looks bad. That's it right there. Why would this happen? What kind of Islamic culture or etiquette would allow that? Or demand that? Or sanction that? By the way, what? What kind of people would do that? What would they have to do that? They would have to have police clearance, federal clearance, and every other clearance. Why wouldn't, if finally I call the police and give them their name and tell them, and show them pictures, of course, this is what happened. They don't investigate, they don't do nothing. They don't even call back. I didn't call them back to press them. I said, great. I called you 3 times. I got your number on my stuff that said I called you 3 times. I filed a report twice. I don't have to do anything else. It's on them. They haven't followed it up. I don't have to do this. Too late now. It's too late. So when I present this, I present it as a fresh case. When I present this, I present it as a George Washington hospital over there did such and such a things. And they only charged me $8,000. I said, the city of Oakland